Let's go.
Hey,
We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
mm, I think this is losers round two, round three,
It
something.
Larvi, excuse Larvi is just he's got a hit on his head now. He doesn't remember what match he's commentating. Um, welcome Sunshine Community. It's a pleasure to have you here.
I know who's playing. That's all that matters.
Okay. The stakes are not what matters. What matters is the honor of our players today.
Mm.
That's what you're saying.
Uh, it's a losers match. That is all I know, and thus I know one of them. This will be their last match of this tournament because they couldn't
So
make it. They couldn't make it to the
so you mean
promised land.
the stakes are high here, but so whilst
Mm.
whilst one of our competitors puts their baby to sleep, um, let's talk about them a bit, shall we? Now,
Mm.
on the left corner of the screen, sporting very calm, collected, and deep navy blue, we have Linky. What can you tell us about Linky, Larvi?
Oh, Linky has been, excuse me, an actual old school bingo player. He has been one of the ones who would do regular bingo and sometimes a lockout before it was cool. At least that's what I've been told by Mr. Romano himself, one of Linky's friends, of course. And pro- uh, I think Romano told me Linky is the reason Romano got into bingo, but maybe I'm just remembering this completely wrong. Either way, Linky has been around for a while, came back for this tourney specifically, and had a decent showing against Romano, for instance, who knocked him down into the losers bracket.
So definitely, it's not saying much. Being knocked to losers bracket by Yamato doesn't really tell much about the skill because uh, many have fell before the guru of bingo. So we'll see what Linky will be able to do today. He is a very versatile runner, 602 anyone. So
Mm.
we'll see if his combined experience will allow him to beat Papa today. Now, Larvi, what can you tell us about Papa instead?
So
Newcomer.
Papaccino is a pretty new face to the community, has been around for like, I would say 2 years probably, but never took the game really seriously. Either way, he just recently started to improve really fast in any percent. Went from like a 139 to a 122 in a couple, or 121 rather, in a couple of months. So that's actually pretty impressive. It unfortunately gets overshadowed by some of the Zoomers who get 115 in less than a year of running the game. But Frappuccino is making a lot of improvements regardless, which is, I would say, he's pretty underrated. But he has he did some algorithmic uh, card analysis before, and just wants to route well, wants to play well, and he wants to win. I feel like, and puts a lot of effort into this. So,
So you say Papa's really hungry.
oh
He's
yeah,
hungry
I would
for the
say
win.
that.
All right. So
Mm.
and also don't forget, we're starting the match now. Remember, don't forget that Papa is also managing to juggle his private life with all of this, because having a baby is not easy. So we'll see how well he does here. Now, what about this card?
Yeah. Uh, Recently in this tourney, Bianca has been a pretty good option, like almost all the time. There were some exceptions where you wouldn't even go to Bianco at all. But often it is you either start in Bianco or you have to go into Bianco or another word like Rico and go a bit deeper into that to
I mean,
win.
yeah, I mean, there is a strong argument for Bianco, Turbo Nozzle Unlock, Rocket Nozzle Unlocks, Undercoin Shine from Bianco, M Graffiti. Bianco's not forced for M graffiti, but it is a good option there nonetheless. Five
Yeah,
bosses as well. There's certainly a lot of reasons to go into Bianco here
yeah,
early on.
and in general, the Bianca just provides a ton of stuff all the time.
Now,
Uh,
correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see anything immediate, any stage immediately jumping, uh, like showing itself as a really, really must-go stage.
mm, with M's on the board, you look at Rico,
Yeah,
since Rico is a really fast world with some useful stuff like early hidden boss and a ton of fast blues. And when I see 15 M's with Rico Free Harvest and a hidden in Rico, it's actually pretty interesting because you don't really expect to win all of them. Since when Rico is strong and both rush Rico, there's the chance that you just trade golds and
fair, especially
don't get
because
and don't get the full value of it.
yeah,
But
especially because the M's take a while. Also, if you're doing the M's, you might as well stop to get a few blues because I mean blues are on the board. Linked blue coin pairs are on the board, even though 8 is a high amount. However, how deep do you want to go into Rico in this card? Because unique boss shines is on the card, and blooper yes is a boss shine, but it's not unique boss.
mm,
So
uh,
together with 4 shines from Serena, you might want to take a dip into Serena at some point. Serena is also a pretty good life grind spot, so
I want to. I typically want to combine 18 lives with the Phoenix Shines if Pinner or Noki are particularly strong, but that on this card is actually not even the strongest thing. So you might want to go into Rico, try to get some goals there, and then either go for a bit of roaming around. 4 uniques with 8 links is fine. Going into Bianco is fine.
I would argue Pinna is not that bad, honestly. Cannon moles, you have secret shines, you have a boss, of course, Pinna 1. So Pinna is not looking too bad. It's just not looking too great either. Also, 5 red coin shines is a thing.
Yeah,
Together with
5 reds.
4 from free, you could do like a 1, 2, 2 reds free in Pinna. You get quite a bit of value out of it, I guess. Also, it could be a way to finish your M graffitis if the opponent doesn't rush them yet, which would be
Uh,
unorthodox, but I mean,
the issue I would have with not going for 15 M's and banking on getting them in Pinner is 18 blues in Pianta is not the most not the best goal to go for, since you need to get all blues in episode 1, 2, and 3. And
I mean, don't forget
that
Eden, Pianta, Eden from Pianta is on the board though.
yeah, but the hidden in Pianta you don't want to go for that early on in that
It is
match.
fair. It
But
is very slow.
yeah, but you can get M's with Pianta 1 into Rico, and if you get like there are 4 M's in Pianta 1 alone, there are 3 M's in Delfino, and 9 M's in Rico. So you can easily just get 3 in Pianta, 3 Delfino, or and 9 Rico, or any variation.
Fair. It also doesn't sound as a bad play if you get 1 shine from Pianta at that point, and then you go into Rico because it's certainly going to be faster than PD. If you do 1 quick shine from Pianta and say Underbell. So it could be an
Mm,
interesting counterplay to the early Bianco that we've seen quite a bit lately.
yeah,
Also,
but
Papa with the nerves already. The heart rate monitor is already sky high.
mm, it's not visible on stream, but I can attest. I've played the tourneys. The first like 15, 20 minutes, you are actually shaking, or at least I was shaking, and I usually threw all the routing advantage and gameplay advantage I had in the first 20 minutes and then lose. That's how I get knocked out of tournaments. But nerves in this tourney are actually like pretty common, I would say, unless you are really confident. But with as Papaccino, who's a newcomer, not the highest seed, like not seed wise, not expected to win against Linky, and in addition to that, isn't losers, so a loss will actually knock you out. It's actually pretty stressful sometimes.
All right. I will be betting that if this match carries on late, the Noki advantage and pin advantage will actually show. Because don't forget, 2 p.m. to sumo raises is a goal, 20 from Noki is a goal, the moles are a goal. So there is a lot to play for, in my opinion, in Noki at the very end, Rocket Nozzle. But it's
Mm,
very marginal, so it's nothing you want to prioritize. But I guess the player that manages to do fast shines as well as synergize with the other goals will have the advantage in the end.
yeah, I think the most dangerous thing would be just getting Rico goals, like getting as much as you can in Rico. Maybe combine this with 18 in Pianta for an ends with getting a Rico goal, getting Pianta, and these are like all pretty fast in terms of shines that you get. Pianta and Rico are the like some of the fastest worlds that you can go into. So that means that you can maybe still win to you can probably win to Pinna and Noki at that point.
Okay, at any rate, the match has actually started and both the players are opening Bianco. So will we see them both go into Bianco for the PD? So it's a boss and also gives you access to a secret shine. And by extension then two more red coin shines. So it could be certainly players could see about some value in Bianco. And as we mentioned, opening Bianco is rarely, if ever, a very bad play. So it's
Um,
understandable why they would both go for it.
yeah. Optimally, if you want to Rico Rush, you get uh, Underbell with Bianca unlock if you really try hard. But you get Underbell and Chuckster doing DeLorean. That's I think approximately 10 seconds faster than getting the beach shine. So it's still likely that Papaccino just wants to fully Rico Rush. He could also go for Rico with Bianca too, but PD itself is not as important as just getting a Rico goal.
Both the players are actually opting for Underbell, so they're actually opening Bianco then I guess just to access Rico. And what going for Chuckster?
Mm,
She's going for Chuckster. Link is falling a bit behind there, I guess. But yeah, both rushing Rico. That is an interesting play. Surely there's a lot to play for in Rico, but that means you won't be able to complete your M's from 3Ds that early. Link is
that
doing
is,
Shine?
yeah. I
Okay.
do not know if Chuckstar not doing DeLorean is faster than Beach Shine, but Chuckster is usually like a 26 normally a 26-second shine, while Beach Shine is about I think 34, so 8 seconds slower. But since Papaccino didn't do DeLorean, but did like talk to the Chuckster instead, I have no idea if Beach Shine would have been better.
I mean, he
Either
still
way,
has the advantage,
yeah, that's
at least so far, getting the M 3Ds there. Now, try to keep count for the M's there.
yeah. Getting BM during recon lock is very standard, so that's typically always a one.
Okay, we'll
But
see. So Papa has the advantage entering Rico. Both players doing the exact same route so far. So it will be interesting to see what our players target. Papa has the advantage so far. Um, I would, I'm inclined to believe that Papa might have the raw speed advantage. However, what's gonna be key, considering Link has a lot of experience, is if he makes any mistakes. Because
Mm.
I would bet that Linky has a better reaction to mistakes, due to the fact he has done this for ages now.
Okay, so there are two interesting things to talk about, at least in my opinion. And you will probably trade a goal in Rico, and you have to, uh, yeah, you have to contemplate if it's better to go for Rico Free Hoverless or a hidden in Rico. And on this card, uh, getting the hidden in Rico is definitely not as valuable as getting Rico Free Hoverless, since there are no total hiddens. Rico Free Hoverless is, I think, optimally a faster shine as well.
And you get a
Uh,
rocket bundle, of course.
and you
So
get a rocket, and you get access to a secret. Then after that, you get access to a hidden. It's actually just more valuable to go for Rico Free Hoverless on this instance.
we'll see what our players think. Papa stopped to get a couple of M's on the way. The M's that appear actually only on episode 1.
Yeah.
However, Linky didn't, and that, um, by virtue of that, managed to claw back some of the advantage. So
Mm.
we'll see. We'll see if Papa still collects other M's.
I don't think he will until he gets a goal. Getting the two M's that are episode 1 exclusive and only those is actually
Pretty good play.
a pretty good play. But at the same time, if you are racing Rico, there's still a chance that you just lose the goal because of that.
Okay, Papa's going for the blooper. Linky's going for the blooperless entry. Because Papa's collecting blues. So Linky now has the actual advantage entering Rico too.
Mm.
This is very interesting having the runners being that close. Also, Papa stopping. Papa probably thinks he has a bit of a speed advantage. He can afford to stop there for a few blues, while Slinky's just rushing, doing the mad rush through Rico. We'll see if that pays off.
1v1 is interesting in that sense that you both want to have a setup. So Papa wants a little bit of blue coin, a little bit of a blue coin lead in case he gets sniped to the Rico golds, probably, or just wants to have himself better setup in general. But at the same time,
You
you,
risk losing goals by that.
yeah, you risk losing golds, and it's difficult to like. It's important to get early goals if your route is pretty tight in general. I've had some scrims personally where I had like routed 16 goals into my route, and that usually doesn't work out since you won't win all of them typically unless the stars align.
Okay, Linky is definitely not using the over nozzle here,
Mm.
whereas is it me or Papa entered hidden?
Yeah, he entered the hidden.
Okay, so Linky is doing old strats for overless, or is it just my imagination?
These are rather standard. There's a Beyblade being used, and
Oh, and that's unfortunate. They're falling off all the way through.
yeah, this strat was the fastest before the Beyblade strat, and it was considered pretty tricky in general. Some players like Ronaldo didn't want to go for this and went for the safe candy cane strat instead, which is
Oh,
not even that much slower.
yeah. The big advantage of the candy cane strat is it's consistent. It's not You're not risking as much. And Linky is clearly having some struggles here, unfortunately. Uh, Catching him off guard a bit.
Mm.
Seems like he's gonna go for that. In the meantime, Papa is on the board with Unhidden Shine and Rico. Okay, if you're
Yeah.
Papa, why would you get the hidden here instead of Rico Free Overless?
Uh, I think it's a decent play in that sense that you might think, or Papa might think he's racing in Rico, and he's not alone there, so he might want to get the hidden first to get a goal in general, and then if Rico Free Harvest isn't clicked yet, he would just go for that then.
Okay, and Linky.
Yeah, did it a little bit of a delay. It's still effective. It's of course not as punishing as if Papaccino would do the entire Shine Hoverless and then realize
But
that.
he is still doing that, and I would argue that it's kind of meaningless because he still wants the hover. I mean, now that he fell, might not be the case anymore.
Yeah,
But you still want the rocket nozzle, all right?
yeah.
And
You
you want
want the M's as well.
the M's as well. Oh, fair. It seems like he's going for it, whereas Linky is just, all right. I'm gonna head out to Bianco now. I open that stuff. Might as well get something from it. But yeah, Papa's already in the lead for the M's, so if he doesn't procrastinate on shines, I believe he is probably gonna get this sooner or later. Then again, M's are in Bianco, so Linky could eventually opt to return to Rico later on, because don't forget, the 5 secrets is on the card, and Rico 4 is of course a secret, so maybe returning there for some M's and secret later on in the match could be a good play.
Mm.
Definitely there's the potential there. In the meantime, though, Papa collecting a few blues. Um, what do you think about this? Do you think stopping for blues with this card is a good idea?
Considering there are 3 total blue coins, but nothing more towards 15 from Delfino with blue coin trades or anything like that. It can be a decent play, especially since still Noki and Pina are still pretty fine. They are like not super broken, I would say, except for early Pina. But getting the blues is actually a fine play, I would say.
Yeah, the fact that there's 3 totals for blues on the card is very interesting. Also, don't forget the 8 link pairs is also a goal.
Hmm.
And so far, we should also keep our eyes on the boss race, because Link is about to complete the second boss and second unique boss at that. I'm
Hmm.
also getting the 1-up in the box.
Yeah, that's the most forgettable one up in the game, even though it's really that close to the spider and really accessible. At least it's forgettable for me. I don't remember this ever.
So both of the players have the shine access to Gelato, but I doubt we'll see them walk in there, considering there's hardly anything from Gelato besides 100 coins.
Uh,
So
it's there are still shines that you can get, like
secret,
episode.
perhaps.
Yeah, the secret and the sunshine actually is not even a slow shine at all.
I guess if you need a quick couple of shines and you need to get to Noki, you may like okay before I trade blues, might as well step into Gelato, do the secret, do the hidden. They're quick shines, so the secret progresses me to a goal. There's
Mm.
also access to red coin shine in the form of 1 reds, so I guess it's not that bad. Then again, I doubt that we will see them progress through the levels to get Turbo Nozzle or the Rocket Nozzle in Gelato, because frankly, there's better options on the card for both of these.
So I don't agree with Papa exiting area in recovery, especially since there isn't really a racing goal left. I guess the 1 turbo nozzle can be considered a racing goal or 15 M's.
Yeah,
But at
but
the same
if
time,
you're racing Turbo Nozzle, why would you collect the M's? You're kind of have to do a trade off there. You can't get both. I think.
yeah, I I think Papa should have just finished the shine either way.
Did he get the Rocket Nozzle, by the way?
I do not believe he did. that.
Yeah, because at that point you both get a shine, you get the rocket nozzle, just completed, just get the rocket nozzle and complete it. It should have been a both. That's both good values. Because now, if you want to get free rocket nozzles, you might have to return to Rico later on, and those are some unfortunate windmill wall kicks aren't free. And looks like Linky is going for the turbo unlock with the rollout rocket there.
Mm. This would get him another rocket, but I don't think unless he wins Tinoki, he will probably get it there.
I mean, so far he is ahead, I guess, if we don't count blue trades. Then again, Papa would probably have been ahead if he actually collected Rico free. But now,
He's in Bianca too.
yeah, he's in Bianco too, so that's gonna take a while. Then again, it's not like Linky's actually progressing towards anything shine related right now.
That's true. The turbo nozzle is literally no progress to anything. You can get the enemies on the way there, technically, but you
Enemies on
have
the
to exit
card.
area.
Is enemies on the card?
No, the are not. I'm just saying theoretical. On a theoretical sense.
All right. Now Linky is re-entering, if I'm correct. Bianco for, I presume, to get either Bianco free reds or Bianco 4 itself. I don't think it's that bad of a play, honestly. You are getting again some value out of it. You're getting reds. You're getting reds and 4 from
Okay.
free. I think from this. If you do both 4 and 3 reds. Oh, and some M's apparently.
Mm.
There's a link pair there as well.
Yeah, that's true. I was looking at the card and would have. I almost thought that Link. Okay, that's interesting.
That's an
I
interesting
actually
play.
thought. I thought Linky would do Bianca hundreds, and I would have thought about if it made sense for Linky to go for this.
In my opinion, not this early because Bianco hundreds doesn't really progress you towards anything. You can do that later. There's no rush for Bianco hundreds. It's not. I don't think it's like win condition for any of these two players right now. So you're just giving up progress in a card where okay, Pinna isn't that strong and Noki isn't that strong, but there's still a stronger play in my opinion than Bianco hundreds right now.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to do Bianca hundreds typically.
Okay, is Linky rushing M's now? I think he is.
Yeah, he entered episode 1 specifically for the 2 M's that you can get on the ground.
Okay, we'll see now how many is he able to get. He's also going for some blues on the way. Is this probably going to be an M's race? I'm not sure Papa can actually finish the M's here in Bianco.
He can't. He needs one more in Delfino or elsewhere.
Exactly, and so Linky is actually in the same situation. He has 4, I presume, from Bianco.
That would make sense.
He has 4 from Bianco, and now in Rico you can get 9, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he got one in Delfino at least. So
One Delfino's 14, so both of the runners cannot get the goal now.
but did Linky get the M on the windmill? I do not remember.
I think he did. I mean, I would be very surprised if he didn't.
I mean, he immediately rushed for the turbo and didn't stop for the M's getting to the turbo, so
Yeah,
he
okay.
exited area twice.
Okay, but the M on the windmill doesn't lose time. It's literally just there. The other M's, I would argue, you have to go out of your way. You have to actually deviate from the course to get it. Whereas the windmill M is just literally there.
Mm.
So do you think he will actually, Linky will actually go into another stage after this? It would make sense to integrate your last M with Delfino movement. I would believe.
Yeah, it should be a Delfino M since they are easily the most accessible.
Okay, in the meantime, Linky completes Bianco free as 35 blues. Papa has a good setup for that, so should be looking quite good on the total blues. Linky, I believe, is going towards
Unlocking Gelato. He has 19 blues, so if you got an M to 20 blues, then unlock
and
Gelato.
yes, I think this is a snipe by the finest of margins by Linky, because Papa's just now completing the 15. I think that's a pretty good snipe from Linky there. Because Papa invested time in the M's early on, but Linky still managed to get the goal. So overall, even though Linky's play was a bit more direct, so no setup, he got one goal in the form of free overless. Even though I guess that was kind of due to Papa going for two hidden, but then
Mm.
also got the M's. So in the end, it worked out for Linky.
I completely forgot that Linky had 14, so he must have got the windmill in Bianco
Yeah,
then.
it didn't make. It doesn't make any sense to actually avoid the blue. You
Yeah.
literally have to go out of your way to avoid it. It's there. You might as well just get it. Even just for one more blue for totals or trades. I think it's
Mm.
just kind of senseless not to get the blue in and on itself. It's like the crane blue in Rico free. You should just get it.
Yeah, there are some players who actively avoid blue coins, like the pest, which they get framed for.
I mean, I can see the
Understandably so.
point. I can see the point of like, oh, I want to add tax box. I want to just go fast as possible. Then again, it's probably just useful to have the blues to trade. Say you want to get to Noki, you have 10 blues that you collected, just even though you were not targeting blue at all. You can just collect the blues and then trade one shine. It's still a fast shine. Especially if you are in levels where blues don't really cost that much time.
Yeah, like a blue trade, even for one shine, that's like a 25-second shine. That's faster than most of the Delfino shines either way. So getting blues that are on your way, adding like 5 seconds in terms of text boxes, plus maybe uh, accumulative 10 seconds to get them at all. It's usually worth to get the blue coins.
In the meantime, Papa is entering Pinna without, if my eyes don't betray me, without Honey Skip. Linky is doing Pachinko.
Okay, so Link doesn't trade in. He got the beach slide, I think, when after unlocking Gelato.
I mean, I guess
So
it makes sense. It's a red coin shine. It's a red coin shine, so.
yeah, but early Pinna is actually kind of decent. It has not the most direct effects, since 5 secrets is a huge secret goal. 4 unique bosses requires Manta or Wiggler, which you don't want to do when you want to go into Pinna. There isn't much direct value in Pinna.
Uh, Carrizo, I think he got both. He got the slide shine after unlocking Gelato, and he got the beach shine at first.
Yeah, that's correct.
So yeah, Pinna doesn't have too much. Pinna doesn't have anything direct as a direct goal. Like I don't think there's literally anything you can get in Pinna besides Shadow Mario directly, right?
Not that for 8 links you are required to get the
Yeah.
ones in Pinna.
But as I'm
So
saying, like there's nothing. Okay, I'm gonna go into Pinna. I'm gonna click this level, and I directly get a goal. It's not like the Lily Pad, for sprayless, fire from the back, coverless.
yeah,
It's just that there's a
definitely.
lot of value there.
Yeah, even kind modes you still need to get into Inoki, so it's 21 shines optimally. So nothing direct either.
Then again, let's not forget that 26 shines is on the card, so it's also a goal that would benefit any player going towards kind of Noki semi rush, I guess.
Mm.
Both players are stopping to collect blues on the way. However, Papaccino has a distinct advantage. Now clicks off 45 total blues. And I'm not sure what will Linky do as a reaction to that.
I assume nothing too out of the ordinary. 45 blue coins isn't huge information. Like when you see your opponent click this, like 30 minutes into the match, you're not like, oh snap, I have no idea, or I have a perfect idea where he is right now.
Okay, however, Linky abandoned his blue quest and enter Mecha, like barely before Kappa. So this is a really our runners have been very close throughout the whole match, kind of going for the same general route with minor differences.
Mm.
And so far, that has favored Linky, despite the fact that Kappa has looked better position has looked in the better position for most of the match. This is like I don't know, maybe some galaxy brain from Linky in the decision making, I guess.
You have to consider that Papaccino is still set to win the other two total goals, but at the same time, Linky has more access to secrets. Well, he has access to Rico 4, which Papaccino doesn't, and and with a better Mecha, he's also in the lead for unique boss shines, which is also pretty interesting in that sense.
Wait, Papa is in the lead for unique bosses.
I
What
said
do you?
Linky, I think.
Oh, Linky. Okay.
I meant Linky if I didn't say his name.
It will truly be very interesting to see what comes out of the boss race, honestly. Because let's not forget, to get the fifth boss, technically one could. Oh, when Linky is going into Serena, at least that looks like a Serena whenever or DeLorean.
It's a
But
Serena whenever. It's
it
the
is.
4 uniques. It's the 4 uniques. It's a 4 uniques race.
Then they're both going for it. Seems so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see. Linky has a slight lead, but Serena whenever has not been on point so far. So I will say in the tournament even. And he gets a third try. Still has the lead. Let's see if Papa can actually recover some of the time that he has lost collecting a lot of these blues.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
there's
lost, more like invested, I guess.
there's still the fact that it's still Manta, and Manta has quite some variance to it, so Linky could
it,
still lose it.
it is
This
fair. I guess 15 seconds in Manta is nothing too out of the ordinary to lose. However, an advantage
Linky,
is an advantage, and Linky is
yeah,
about to snipe. If everything goes as predicted, Linky is about to snipe Papa for the second time.
hmm. Not as close as the 15Ms, which I didn't realize were actually that close. But the 4 uniques is still a pretty difficult, or like not devastating. That's too devastating is too severe of a word, but it still sucks to lose a
Yeah,
goal that close.
you're like I didn't. It's just it's just more like the mentality, the blow to your mentality. Like, dude, I've tried this goal and I got sniped. I tried this other goal and I got sniped. Like, what do you do? It's very hard to try and like keep your mentality up if you get sniped twice in a row for goals that are actually quite an investment of time. Because let's not forget, 15 M's is not that short of a goal, and you need to plan accordingly to it. For
Mm.
uniques, I guess as well, it's not the smallest time investment you can do. Yeah, I mean, they've done Bianco too. They're doing Manta. This is a lot of time invested in there.
Okay, so Papaccino had a pretty decent manta from the looks of it, but he decides to go for the ocean blue, which would make sense if 20 in Serena were on this card, but that
There are not.
unfortunately that blue coin seals the deal unless Linky delays 4 uniques and delays it for too long.
And he doesn't. He instantly clicks it, and rightfully so. I mean, even if you don't know where your opponent is, you will be thinking, okay, 4 uniques is a goal that will be targeted with the setup that is there. There's incentive to go in Bianco. There's incentive to go in Rico and a lot of it. You will probably want to open pin at some point.
Mm.
I mean, at that point, you're just missing one boss, and Serena 1 is available, so you want to get a goal. I like Linky's decision making so far. Is doing a lot of choices that make sense with the context. I mean, hindsight is 2020, but
Yeah, there were some things I would say were a bit too safe in terms of securing the goal, like not going for the M's in Bianco when getting the turbo, or uh, there was something else. I think regarding the M's, he could have been a bit more greedy in general with his M's route, but still, he's an elite, and even with Papa's lead in the blue coin totals, it's actually even.
okay.
Which
So we see now a split in the routes of the players for actually the first time we have a significant split on the routes. Peppa says, "I have had enough of this. I don't want to get sniped anymore. I'm gonna go Pianta." All right. So what do you make of this? Because Linky now has done Rico 4 and a pretty clean one at that. Now Papa's going into Pianta. I presume to get 18 blue coins from Pianta, finish the totals, goals, one Piantissimo raise. Those are all valid, and in the end, those are all goals. So also 4 from 3 is a goal, and Pianta's fast, so that might also be a
yeah, it makes also progress for the Pianta hidden and
no key
Pianta 5
eventually.
is yeah, that's that as well. And Pianta 5 is a secret and 5 secrets is a ton. So maybe it could actually work out combining secrets with Pianta this time around, since although the other option is Rico and Linky already has Rico 4 and doesn't have the most difficult secrets left in terms of getting to those. Actually, when I think about it, I think he has 2 secrets right now and has 3 secrets more open. No, he has 3 secrets
He has
and
done
2 open.
no wait. He has done Bianco 3. He has done Rico
Oh yeah,
4,
yeah,
and that's it. I think.
yeah. I thought he did like Pinot 2, but
No,
I
they both done Pinna 1 and then rush the boss. Now Link is gonna get the 5th boss now, and it is. And
hmm,
Papa must be thinking now. Okay, so I don't know. Papa, I don't like his position too much right now that he is in terms of goals because he forfeited what is to me I think goals that were contestable to go into
yeah,
Pianta, which isn't exactly the priority right now. If I was Linky, so he's kind of abandoning. Okay, I'm not gonna contest Linky anymore. I'm sick of getting sniped. But you're also kind of giving up the idea of subtracting goals from Linky. So I guess it's just taking it safe in a moment where if I was the player behind, I would want to be greedy and take risks. Because also it's not too unfortunate with his chomplets there. I think
yeah,
he's doing Rico 6, dude. He's going all the way for Rico. I get it,
yeah,
it's a red coin, but I'm not sure if that's like.
yeah. I was thinking about with how little Papa has shown. Is Linky really concerned about 5 reds? I would personally be feeling not really scared to go for this, since getting 5 secrets is actually fine in general, since it will just open up worlds. You don't get much value out of getting Rico 6 except for getting a 50-second shine open up now.
Yeah, this is an interesting play for sure from Linky. Also, Papa completes, but Bleeds Pianta 1 now. I wonder. Okay, is Linky going for 4 reds? He's really rushing those reds.
Yeah.
Linky's playing extremely goal oriented so far, doing through all the steps, playing goal after goal after goal. This is like maybe he thinks this goal is in danger, but again,
I would be more concerned about secrets in general. Although 5 reds is really easily achievable. It's not like, but on the other hand, it's not the end of the world if Papaccino gets 5 reds. I feel like.
yeah, I think at this moment is just a case of Linky trying to like think about, okay, he hasn't clicked anything in a while. I could have sniped him for everywhere, or he's in pin and progressing through pin now. To get like getting 4 from 3, something along those lines. And if you're getting 4 from 3, you're going to gelato. You are going to target the reds as well. So I think this is just a bit of a cover from Linky to think, all right, if you're gonna get 4 from 3, I'm gonna get the reds.
You can still go for the reds in, for instance, Bianco. I think Bianco would have been better for the reds than
Yeah,
Rico in
because at
that sense.
least you are contesting 4 from 3 actually. So
Yeah,
that's a good point.
yeah,
So
and
maybe it's still there.
it's barely slower. I think the 2 shines combined are within, I would say, 10 seconds optimally.
Linky is adding for Bianco. Presumably Bianco 3 reds or Bianco 4.
Mm. I think Bianco 4 is
So yeah,
generally
Remato,
better.
I would like I agree with pin a 2 3 2 reds for another secret, 2 more reds. Yeah, I think that would have been probably a more solid play. Then again, whatever works, and so far things seem to be working for Linky.
That's
In
true.
in the end, like you can judge the play, but hey, Linky's route seems pretty solid so far, and he's certainly making it work. In the meantime, Papa has completed the Piantissimo race. He is doing Pianta free now. Probably going to collect 18 blue coins from Pianta. Not sure if we will delay the goal, but that would be probably a good play to delay at least a bit. Maybe try and bait Link into going to Pianta.
Yeah, Pianta is also, as mentioned before, a fast world. So if you conceal the Pianta click, you might also like have Link underestimate your shine progression. Since with these little clicks, Linky probably knows that he has sniped Papaccino to at least some of the goals uh that he got. So
Many of you guys have decided to learn Italian because of Sunshine Lamau. Imagine needing to learn Italian, dude.
I don't know.
Okay, now Linky, I think Linky's going from 4 from 3 now. Um, still need another red, or a red, I guess. Didn't realize it was that much behind on red progress.
Does Papaccino even have a red coin?
I'm not sure actually.
I don't think he has. So this makes this play look really questionable. And I still think that Linky, with his lead, could give it up and go contest.
Progression maybe, no key, get
Yes,
moles, get pinna.
yeah, secrets with can moles, and you
Yeah.
could have better reds access to get 4 from 3. It's or you get into Serena for Serena shines. It's actually
You can get the Serena for Serena Shines and Lives. Don't forget Lives is on the card, so then
yes.
again, Papa is progressing for Pianta,
Mm.
and Pianta 5 is definitely the best life grinding place. So you also will have that advantage for later on in the match. I don't know, Papa's position with this Linky play, if Linky would have gone to Pinna, Papa would have been in a really bad position, I think. But with Link opting for Bianco and Rico to finish the Reds, I think I think Papa is not. Papa's position is a bit more lenient, I figure.
Yeah, Papa has some avenues still. But with Linky going into Noki, there isn't too much for Noki specifically. 3 rockets will be Linkies. 20 blues in Noki is not even the best goal you might want to go for.
Okay, Linky. Honestly, I'm kind of questioning this because if you want to do Noki at this point, just do pin at 2 and kill them all, get the goal, and then go into Noki. Or maybe he's planning to get the rockets first. Maybe Papa is targeting them. I think that's probably what's in Linky's mind. I want to get
Yeah.
rockets. Yeah, Link is very playing extremely goal oriented. So far, again, seems to be working. I'm not sure how many blues Papa has actually. I think he might already have 73 if I'm being playing.
No, I think he has 69. He
Nice.
turned into he turned in 30. Yeah, he has 39 now, and so only misses 1 blue for
Yeah, but
the
what would he
70
be
totals.
trading? He wants to go into Noki. For what? For the blues?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can finish out your 90 totals in that world.
Isn't it 80 totals?
Yeah,
Or
it's 80 totals, but
he's
some
pulling an odd me and getting like 100 blue coins in the match.
there have been I think 90 blue coin totals were on regular bingo variants, which honestly sometimes they were pretty strong and pretty fun. I can remember some regular bingos where the route was actually just doing uh, 8 Serena whenevers really early on because Shah Mario in Serena was a goal and a hidden in Serena, if I remember correctly. There might be even 2 hidden in Serena. And then 9 totals because you can combine, and I think links, and you can combine the links with Serena 7. But the 90 totals actually is not even the worst thing in the world.
Dude, I wish I don't wish I lived in less enlightened times. Papa as now marked 70 total blues, as Linky marked 5 red coin shines and 3 rocket nozzle unlocks. And Linky's position again, what does he go for now?
Candles, secrets. He has everything. He has a lot of things open for him. He needs only 6 more goals as well.
You say only 6, but you know how long these 6 can feel when you are in that position. You need to close out the match. So I think Linky will be looking at his options now. He decided that Pinna is a valid option. We've discussed how Pinna was valid, valid for a while.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Uh,
Papa is having fun collecting extremely fun-inducing objects in Noki. Look at that, such gorgeous gameplay.
is that shade towards Papaccino? Or
Nah,
is it just.
his gameplay is perfectly fine. What's like? Oh, sorry. I guess I should say like such gorgeous level design.
Okay.
Papa's gameplay is 100% fine. I don't have any issues with it. In fact, I would argue that he has been playing like more solid than Link so far, when it comes to mechanics.
Mm, I mean, the only real flops for Linky were his quite rough Rico Free Hoverless. And other than that, I feel like his gameplay has been mostly fine. Of course, not like perfect. Get 38 of 40 Bianca Free Reds, get a minute Rico 4 Reds, all that. But
No,
it,
I mean, I meant like from like we mentioned how Papa might have the raw speed, and I think he technically has more speed than Link. Link's
yeah,
gameplay, however, is extremely consistent, and that's all you need for Bingo in general.
yeah, Linky has probably still, I wouldn't say rust, but I will say he hasn't played a lot, so played a lot in recent times, so he's more of the consistent, more consistent generation than the current Zoomer generation of fast and only fast.
I mean, let's not forget Linky also has a pretty respectable time in 120, so you don't get a good time in 120 if you're not consistent. Let's be honest there. Linky is
So it
taking
looks,
box game. I guess it's like a rush for 26.
yeah, 26. If he wins 26, I think he's very well set up for the win. Since he has the lead in secrets, he has the lead in 4 from 3, I think.
Okay, so Linky got the both moles. Papa got 70 blue coins, but I think Papa is now getting things he is very safe for. I don't think those 20 blues from Noki should have been a priority at all. Papa, Linky is not gonna target that, especially if you click, say you have 69 blues, just get a blue somewhere and click 70. He is not gonna contest when.
I'm confused about what Papaccino's thought process was when exiting Noki and re-entering it right after, because the Kenworth's click has happened like a few minutes before his exiting area, so maybe he realized, oh, Blinky might be ahead to Noki 20s. I will not be able to win this, and then exited area, re-entered knowing that he needs to contest the goals. He needs to win goals.
I don't know. Papa seems to be in a bit of crisis mode right now. He does not know what to do. He's a bit tilted, I think. And understandably, I mean, you've been sniped towards goals. You have targeted clearly some goals like 2 moles, etc. Or at least like going into Noki, and your opponent's getting all the stuff from Noki besides the blues. Then you're like, kind of, Oh, and that's unfortunate for Papa. I think that's just a bit of tilt at the point.
Yeah.
Whereas Linky looks as calm and collected as ever.
Yeah. We can't compare heart rate monitors right now, but
Make them required for the tournament.
it's about 140 to
80, solid 80. Linky being chill AF right now. Ooh. Right, Lincoln collecting some blues and on the way because why not?
Yeah, just in case 20 in Noki becomes the win condition for Linky.
Understandable, but he clicks the 26, and Linky seems extremely well poised to take the win now.
Yes.
Papa is exiting, Z-menuing. He has 18 blues in Noki. What does he do now? He's probably gonna try and clip, I guess, for the last 2 blues.
Misses the room, unfortunately. He can.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I really feel bad for Papa at this point.
Yeah.
Is Linky targeting 4 from 3 with Noki?
Oh. I thought about maybe getting these. I don't know how to describe these goals, like 2 Piantissimos for Linky. It's a possible win condition, but at the same time, I think Piantissimos would set him behind quite far a bit. And no, Linky shouldn't get Noki 6 as his 5th secret. He doesn't even have 4 right now. He could go into
He has
Springer.
access. He has access. He can go to Pinna. He can go to Gelato. So
He got Pinna 2 already, but
oh yeah, he got Pinna 2 already, right?
but he has Gelato 1 and Serena 2. which would lead to 4 transforms Serena, which is
Yeah, fair.
not too bad. 18 lives. That's already 3 goals. And maybe finishing out Pinner for 4 from 3.
Papa. Oh god. That's a bit unfortunate from Papa there with the sprays.
Mm.
Yeah, Papa also marks 18 blue coins for Pianta now, 20 blue coins from Noki. He was hoping that the delay would do something, but Licky is completely unfazed from it and going now to 4 from 3 with Bird.
Yeah. Unfortunately, these delays for Papa didn't do much. Linky wasn't prioritizing any blue coins in Pianta or Noki.
I think rightfully so. The Pianta route was a bit was not exactly the most optimal one. If I'm looking at the card and I see everything there. Okay, Papa entered Bianco and then exited Bianco. Did he enter Bianco to get 4 from 3 and immediately see the click? Because if that
No, I don't think so. I think what I thought Papa would do was getting lives and Bianca blues if he has any left there. Although wait, no, he has 80 totals already. He's just like clicking this. Wait, is this now again a Serena race?
it
Is
seems
this
to be there.
is
He's
this
sneaky.
just Linky's way to rub salt into Papa's wound and snapping into 4 shines from Serena as well? Papa has quite the lead, but Papa might think to go to the hidden to
I don't
get
know.
lights.
Linky's Serena whenever haven't looked really sharp throughout the tournament. I have to say. So at least from like what I've seen. So he's struggling a bit now. So there might be some respite from Papa at least. So
Why did Papa grab the blue outside of the hotel? He has 80 totals. There's no way that he doesn't. He turned in 60 already.
I don't know. Papa might be. I think Papa is not in the best of places right now mentally. At least from. I mean, I don't blame him. Like, if especially. Oh God, that's really unfortunate. I think
Yeah,
that's kind of it. That's it showing. It has to be because I still convinced that he entered Bianco to get the to get 4 from 3 and immediately saw it clicked from Link. And if you see that after you've already been sniped twice at least in the match, you're like, dude, come on. Understandably so.
what is Papa's stream delay? If it's actually that short, it might be actually the case that he wanted to get the 4 from 3.
Both of the runners are dying in Serena 2. Best level in the game, by the way. Um,
Some
so
people
that is
some people say it's the most difficult secret, and uh, it's not that difficult, I would say. I do,
it's just treacherous, as in a very small mistake can cost you a lot,
that's true,
whereas
though.
other places are not as punishing.
Have you ever dropped an input in Gelato 1?
I have, I have in a bingo match. You should know that.
Yeah, that's usually not even like really your fault. It's technically preventable, but it's not even your fault. It doesn't lose
It's
as
one
much
of
time.
these things where you're like, I can prepare for it, but come on, it's never gonna happen. And then it happens, and you just think, dude, I should have prepared. Now, these deaths are very costly, however, because of one simple reason: lives is on the card, and Papa has 1 life right now. Now, Linky is abandoning Serena. Click
Yeah,
5.
secrets. Oh wait. Oh, he's going for
He's going for gelato, I think.
the
Oh
worst
no, let's go. Oh,
possible
for the banana.
banana.
For the banana. Why is he getting that one though?
He only likes uh the ones from the market.
Yeah, you never know. Like the fresh one from the tree might be, I don't know.
Yeah.
No. Why would you trust a tree over a vendor forehead? The tree could lie to you.
I mean, on the market, there's still some sort of guarantee, or not necessarily guarantee. That's actually rarely the case. It depends on the seller of optimal freshness of bananas.
Dude,
But
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this works, but I can tell you, it doesn't get much more fresh than getting from the tree, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Also, if you're expecting a warranty on the freshness of the bananas from a place that's clearly inspired by Southern Europe, I don't think you know how this set works, man. Can't speak from experience.
I mean, Linky got scammed, judging by how long it took him
Yep.
to
Linky got
get
scammed.
it.
That's an actual scam and a half now. And
Yeah.
if Papa gets that's
Uh,
probably seals the deal for Serena 4.
yeah, that's the tree of bananas. That is what am I even trying to say? Don't.
Jeff Artist Secret Bianco Freak. I agree, dude. Bianco Free is not free.
Did you ever get the first frame side flip dive, the test thread?
Dude, I get it all the time. What do you mean, task threat? I know, dude. I might have a 5'11", 120, dude, but task threats, come on. That's easy. Alright, Papa going for the fast entrance in Serena 4. Looking pretty solid.
Oh, doesn't
And
go
not
deep
looking pretty
into.
solid anymore, I'm afraid.
Didn't go
How much
deep
is curse?
into. Yeah.
Alright, Papa
We
enters the pipe. Linky is having all the fun in the world with this Serena whenevers. I think I know will you practice for the next time if you will do some practice at all. Because this literally costed him this goal and potentially moment. Oh, is Papa at 0 lives? Because I think he is.
I think he is as well. I don't know how he didn't get the cycle. He's just flexing. Okay.
He's just flexing right now, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Papa knows how to do the secret properly and how to optimally start.
Papa, take it easy, man. You have time. I know you don't know you do, but you have time. And again, he probably feels rushed due to, getting sniped 3 times. But it appears that Papa's gonna return the fire now, with some sniping of his own.
Yeah,
Unless he delays, but no, he doesn't. He knows that at this point he's just playing for every goal as fast as you can. And how many goals does Papa have now? Because Papa
7.
has 7 to 10. It's not looking too bad.
I mean,
This will be
Linky.
Linky's for fifth secret. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Linky has secrets, so it's 11-7. Wait, would this pop be Papa's last? Okay, he's getting the lives first, but I thought he might go into Gelato to get the secret there.
Nah, lives now. Oh, unfortunate there with side flip.
Hmm. So, 8 links is on the board, and it's an hour and 5 minutes into the game. Given nobody of the players, none of them have entered Gelato, and Linky didn't even enter Pianta
None of,
yet.
none of the players enter Gelato. Linky immediately enters Gelato.
Okay, Links is not on the board for any of these guys. It looks like. I think Linky is going for the hundreds in Gelato instead. Will this
Okay.
be 2 separate Gelatos? Oh, it will
Okay.
be. Oh
Okay.
no.
What? Oh no. What happened?
We will see 2 separate hundreds. One Gelato hundreds, one Bianca hundreds. It
And
will be a trade-off.
that's not looking good for Papa. I mean, to be fair, Bianco hundreds is faster than Gelato. Then again, You can't afford to lose any more goals, man. You're at 11. Like your opponent's at 11. You have to predict him, and right now it's not looking good, honestly. Especially because Link is not targeting lives, okay, but Andres gives him lives, and he has more than Papa, so that's also a bit more advantage, I guess, for Linky. Getting a cheeky Cataquack, whereas Papa is scrambling with pokies there. Which star? Wait, star? Wow. Which shine is he in?
Episode 3.
Okay, so it's actually. I mean, I don't know if 4 is actually slower than 3. I think it
Uh,
might still be pretty comparable, honestly.
yeah, it's not a big difference, if at all. Technically, if you wanted to combine this with hundreds, with lives, it's actually pretty decent since there are the pirate chickens in
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 one.
this episode. Like there are 2 even that give you a life each, so you can effectively get 4 lives with this hundreds. Even 5 lives since when you spray the bell.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't seem to remember Papa doing it.
I don't think he did
I
either.
don't think Papa is doing lives, although he should, because at this point he kind of needs everything that's on the board.
Yeah, he's ahead to the hidden Pianta, which I guess he technically doesn't. Yeah, he knows. Most likely at least. And Rimada's right. If you get the hundreds in a secret, you get 2. You are able to get 2 more lives in that case.
Yeah, but
And
I think that's a bit too big brain. I think that's a Remato play, and with all due
mm,
respect, not everybody's Remato.
I mean, it's there are big brainer plays than that still.
Yeah, also, is it me or Linky's 100 in Gelato is looking very good. He's been looking really consistent. He's actually outpacing Papa in 100s in Bianco, which I was not expecting at all, actually.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still 85 coins, and I don't know which coins he needs to get still. He might just hit every single one of them.
Still, it looks like it's gonna be kind of even at this point. So
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
yeah, it's. I mean, unless Linky is actually missing a coin, in which case it's not gonna look great. Then again, it could walk into the secret if it's missing one.
Yeah, but then you have 99 coins without flood, and
I
that's
know,
scary.
I know it's kind of scary, but you gotta risk it sometimes. Take a double.
Mm.
And Linky is apparently not really vibing at the moment, missing the coins. He's gonna go for the ropes, I guess. Better
He's
safe than sorry.
he could do the old play and just kill the birds.
Killing the birds would be champ, dude.
Oh, he didn't get
You know,
like most of the rope coins. That's interesting.
that's not interesting. That's sad when that happens. Okay, so Papa marked 100 confirmed from Bianco, and I think now when he's gonna see Linky's gelato, he's gonna be like, "Damn, dude, damn it." Especially because Linky's gelato at the end wasn't really that clean. Because it was clean throughout, but he kind of missed the coins from their open in the end, so he could have outpaced them potentially.
Mm.
Now, Papa is going into Pinna 1. Why is he going into Pinna 1? Oh, Link lose. Link lose.
Oh, I thought you would go into Pinner 3 instead.
And
To
Linky is delaying, by the way.
it makes sense. He saw the hundreds in Bianca click and can delay this for like 4 minutes easily.
Papa isn't about to fall to the into the trap, at least so far. Is getting linked.
Yeah,
Does he
but
have the link? Does he have the link from Pianta?
yes, he did. You need all the blue coins uh,
Fair.
that are available in episode 3 and before.
True. So he must have the linked. I think he's gonna be close to the links at like point.
How many lives does Linky have? This will be his closing play if he has.
Linky
Remorder said
has I have way more lives than Papa did.
because Remorder is flaming Linky now, or like saying Linky might be scared of Suno whenever, depending on how many, or like for not going for Suno 2 Reds life grinding. But I
Dude,
think
I respect that. I actually respect that, dude. You have to be aware of your flaws at some point.
that is
Still,
true. But at the same time, I think Linky has enough lives where Bianca 1 might be even better. I don't know too sure. And I'm interested to see how many lives he actually has.
yeah, this is GG. This is GG.
Yes, this is GG.
15. Yeah, he is kind of in the green at this point. He might even collect like 50 coins whilst waiting for that to get an extra life.
Mm.
That would be the very big brain play.
I don't think it's worth it since the coins are kind of out of the way.
But he doesn't. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate there. It doesn't really matter though. Like Larvi, the big brain is the big. Oh, he kind of killed us too there. The big brain play is worth it. You just have to show off your brain points at this point.
The big
And
brain
Papa
play.
is going into gelato. I mean, this is just literally rubbing salt in the wound at this point.
No, I think he's just going for the link there, since Linky has clicked off July hundreds for
Oh yes.
a few
Okay.
minutes.
Okay. I
Oh,
didn't see that. I didn't see that click. I was just too
I
focused
would...
on Linky's fantastic lives grinding.
Okay, so 160
And this is
heart
GG.
rate for Papaccino.
And this is GG.
GG.
His art is about to literally explode.
Yeah, now calming down, realizing it's over. Actually, never mind.
No, never mind. I think Papa's kind of like spamming buttons in frustration because he knows he messed up quite a bit in the match, I think.
Yeah, he had some rough snipes and probably like some folly decisions or decisions that he regrets later on.
Yeah, this will be a very interesting interview, in my opinion, if both of the runners will want to step in.
Hmm.
We'll see now. However, GG's to Linky for actually, I would say a pretty good match. I don't think we have had any like moments where we were like, okay, this router is playing wrong. Maybe some moments of questioning it, but not necessarily having problems with it. It was still pretty solid in my opinion, and his gameplay was almost scot-free. A couple of hiccups in Rico Free Overless, but besides that,
Hmm.
not too shabby, I would say. I think if you are Linky's opponent, you are kind of scared of him. Because he might not be like the unstoppable force, but he certainly has to be respected after today.
Romano, get Papaccino in. He's waiting in the command center. I don't have the forces anymore. Okay, hi.
Hi,
Welcome,
Papa.
Papaccino.
Hello.
GG on the match was that was quite unfortunate for a few moments, like the 15M snipe, the 4 unique snipes. How do you think? How much did these snipes affect you and your life?
There was also a Rico 3 hover snipe. Don't know if you
Mm.
remember, but I fell off and as I was falling down, he clicked it. So and 5 bosses too, 4 unique bosses.
It was actually delaying Rico Free.
Oh, okay, but yeah, this and bosses too. Yeah, basically I got sniped like 4 times this game. So GG.
Yeah, I was talking about this on the commentary, like what was trying to predict what's going on in your mind after you get sniped once or twice and you start what you start thinking, it's like, come on. At some point, I saw you going for Pianta. Was that part of your plan since the very beginning, or was that more done so as a, okay, I'm gonna go for something that's likely not where Linky is? Also, Linky is waiting room, so
Yeah, basically my goal there was to get some progress towards the hidden Pianta, to get some progress towards the total blues that I didn't want to get sniped from me. Because my goal was to get the 26 shines with some trades. So I traded like 5 shines, I think, this game, and like 50 coins. And my goal was to get some like the 18 blues in Pianta plus 4 from 3 plus hidden in Pianta progress plus blues progress, which kind of worked. IMO, but like I got I had already been sniped like 4 times this game. Like again, Rico 3 Harvest, 4 unique bosses, not 5 bosses, but 15 M's, and the last one is I was going for hiddens, but I guess I wasn't. Like I had 3 at that point, but I was going for this.
did you
Oh,
get
and
these
that's
secrets?
Yeah, I mean I had only 3 secrets. I did the Bianco
oh,
3, Sirena 2, Sirena 4, so that was fine. But yeah, basically I had no way of coming back after these snipes. Like I tried to make up a route that would work, but it
I mean,
didn't.
to be fair, to 3 of those 4 goals remaining, you were head towards. Like Shadow Mario and Pin, I think was even, but you had already had the Piantissimo race from Pianta, so it was just a matter of, I don't know actually if you were ahead because Linky went to quite deep in Noki, but
yeah.
it had quite a bit.
Thing
You
is,
were quite solid.
there was no way. I mean, except an insane luck from my part, there was no way I could both contest Shadow Mario in Pinage, Hidden in Panta, Piantissimo
Yeah,
races, and Lings.
that's a fair
I was about
assessment.
to get my last pair. Like this was the last half pair, basically the one I was playing there, and like I had lives to get because I had like 1 life. Heathens, like there was no way I could get them all. Like he just had to focus one and pray that I didn't focus this one. But he had
Yeah,
like 4 rolls to get it, so it was probably
we
fine for him.
mentioned throughout the game our there's some of the unfortunate deaths, which I believe might be caused a bit from uh, tilt and or nerves on your side, Papa, affected the fact that the card has lives on it. So of course a death is much more costly than a death in a normal card. You lose time, but you also lose life. Instead, Linky played very solidly, I have to say. And in general, I think that it was a pretty good showing. A bit of hiccups in Rico Free Overlust, but besides that, that looked pretty solid. What do you have to say, Linky?
First of all, GG.
GG.
Um,
Fair.
good race. uh, yeah, Rico Free Hoveless didn't go well at all. um, yeah.
You sniped me 4 times this game.
Really?
Rico 3
sniped
15
me
M's,
Hoblet.
15 M's was literally down to 3 seconds, basically.
Oh wow. I was debating getting more blues or not, but I guess it's good that I didn't, and I
Yeah.
focused M's.
So I think for the longest time you didn't have much info on Papaccino. I think you had the hidden Enrico click. Then
Mhm.
15 minutes later you had 45 totals, and 20 minutes later you had 70 totals. So what did you think
Yeah.
Papaccino, like what did you think Papaccino did? Like, did you know that you sniped him to some
I
things,
had
or
no clue. I figured there would be like some sort of sniping with like 15 M blues, considering he got 45 total blue coins, but I didn't expect it to be that close.
Mm.
Other than that, I had no clue what he was doing, so I was kind of in the dark at the start of the match.
Did you get Delphino shines for the 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause I was like, how does he have so many shines already?
I mean, for that thing, I think Papa going for 20 blues from Noki is quite the time-consuming effort. So when you were doing the 20 blues from Noki, Linky was just rushing Delfino Shines at the point, and that's how he got ahead on you on a shine count to get to 26.
Yeah, I figured that
I-
once I got the cannon moles, if he was already in Noki, he would still continue. Whereas if he wasn't in Noki, he would be like scared off, I guess. So I felt that 26 shines was a bigger priority than rushing Noki at that time.
Did I exit Carriot? I think I exit Noki 1 twice.
Yeah, I think you had to exit area. You died once, and before that you exited area and re-entered. And I thought maybe you thought Linky was ahead to Noki Blue since he clicked off camels still, but I wasn't too sure. So
Yeah, I don't know what went through my mind, but yeah, many times I was like, maybe I should just leave this place. Like, I entered Bianco once. I was like, oh shit, I'm in 4. I can't do hundreds here. It's kind of trash. Never mind. I'm leaving this place. Gonna do bosses or secrets or hidden or lives like in Sirena stuff. So I went to Sirena. Did I snipe you on the 100 in Bianco?
No, I was in Gelato. I was basically at the end of Gelato 100 coins.
Okay, so
you
you delayed it.
guys, you guys basically did hundreds in Bianco and hundreds in Gelato at the same time.
Okay.
Like started at the same time.
All right, now I'm gonna mention a couple more things before we wrap this up. Um, the first thing is I'm gonna say that Papa, you did indeed snipe Linky to 4 from Serena. That was Linky. You had a bit of an unfortunate time with Serena whenever this match, I think.
Yeah.
So that might be something to look for. I'm gonna ask you two players a couple of things. First, to Papa, why did you exit Rico free when you were basically already almost done? I mean, there was some more value at this point. Okay, you fell, but there's the rockets there, and also it's 30 seconds and you get a shine. 26 shines is on the card. 3 from 4 is on the card. So sorry, 4 from 3 is on the card. So was it just a impulsive decision on the spot, like, okay, I'm done, gonna race for something
No,
else?
when I got my last M, I was tempted to just leave. I tried to do this jump, and while I was jumping, I was thinking, and I thought, okay, maybe I should rush that turbo and some, like, I was tempted between the turbo and just bosses. So like Bianco 2, Sirena 1, Blues, and trade into Pina 1 for the 4 bosses.
Okay.
So during that jump, I was thinking, I said, you know what? This shine is worthless. I can come back and do it fast. Like it's a 50-second shine anyway. Like in terms of runs, it's like a 50-second split, so it's fine. I will come back if I need this one.
Understandable.
So I just leave and try to get this. So I got it. It didn't snipe me for say on turbo. Like I was not in it for at all when he got this one. So yeah, I did Bianco 2 for the boss, and then I was tempted between Bianco 3 for blues to get that 45. And like I didn't get the M's in the village in 2, and that was one of my biggest mistake. I think I should have gotten these M's in Bianco 2, so I would have left Bianco at that point without having to go back and do 3. Like getting back in, getting the 3 M's I was missing, and then exiting area to do the last M in Delfino that I was missing was like not good IMO. So I
Yeah,
went
but I
for
guess you were kind of racing to get to Rico though, or no, wait, that was afterwards. So I don't know. I guess you kind of have a point there. Now, since we're on a
Mm.
schedule, I'm gonna ask Linky the last question, I guess, or do you have something, Larviter?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, Linky, this is about the only time when we were kind of questioning the route. When there was a point in the match where you went back to Bianco to get reds and to get I guess 4 from 3.
Yeah.
We were just saying, like, why at that point not go to Pina? Because it's kind of faster. You get them all. You get so this is the only thing that we were kind of thinking about that, or maybe that could have been an option as well.
I didn't actually think about Pinner, to be honest. I thought Bianco, that has red coins. Like I have access to the to Bianco 4 and Bianco 3 reds at the time. Whereas with Pinner, I needed to do Pinner 2 as well in order to have both reds unlocked. or
Yeah.
like
Okay. So you
accessible.
were just like a case of just okay. I'm gonna do the reds I have on hand and just finish them as fast as possible.
Yeah, that was basically. I was just rushing reds at that point.
All right. I see that. Now, again, to wrap this up, GG's to both players.
Yeah.
We have a match coming up now, so I
Yeah,
think we kind of have to leave.
we have a showcase match because this match was scheduled after, and we wanted to have like a little bit of a bingo marathon. So now is Ambusher versus me. I'm not in this tournament, but I still get to play a match on stream and choke horribly because I'm washed.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, he's really washed up, so don't count on him. Now, I think we can wrap this up now, so that we can give Armado a bathroom break, I guess. So thanks everybody for watching. Been Aleus with Larvi. GG's again to the runners, and see you again in about 2 minutes.